Hello friend, today I'm going to share a way to change our behavior from judging to using judgment.
And I'm going to share about the many theories of emotions. Let's get to it.
I'm going to be talking about an article as well, and this article is called We All Make Snap First Impressions About Each Other. Here's how to slow that down. And this post is part of TED's How to Be a Better Human series. So this is on TED's idea blog, I believe, is what they call it. But it's about, I already want to dive into this How to Be a Better Human series. This is the first one I saw. The article is a summary of youth empowerment activist Quita Christison's talk, The 5-Second Rule, Redefining the First Impression. And that was out of TEDxPortsmouth. Now, she asked the question, when was the last time you came to a quick conclusion about someone only to find out that you were really wrong? I think the answer is that we've all done that. We've all made mistakes like this. We are hardwired into our lizard brain to quickly know when we see someone, to categorize them and know if it's safe, if we are safe or there's immediate danger. But thankfully, this isn't the case anymore. We're not usually in a dark alley where our life's in danger. Now, this can certainly happen, but on average, when we see someone walking down the street, we're not in immediate danger, but we do. Our brain cannot switch off. It will immediately put that category into, put someone in a category and you make judgments on that person. So she says that we want to act on these snap judgments because it's uncomfortable for everyone. When you mess up, hopefully you learn from your mistake, when you, especially if you verbalize it, and we've all done that as well. I know I have a really bad one that still lingers to me to this day back in high school. If you're on the receiving end, it's even worse. It sticks with you for a long time, and it can cause you to put up your guard, maybe live less authentically. She talks about the STOP program, which stands for See the Other Person. I love that so much. She goes down all these step-by-steps on what you can do and just go from judging to using our judgment is one of the key takeaways as well. And how today many of us approach the others and act in this act first, apologize later manner. The world doesn't need more apologies, it needs more respect. So powerful. Definitely check out this article and the talk. We all make snap first impressions about each other. Here's how to slow down.
I love that. Oh, whoa. I did it. That happens once in a while.
Just once in a while, not often.
Yeah. No, this is so important. And I can, as you were talking, I was thinking of examples when I've met a group of people and you do it, you can't help it. Yeah. And yet, you are so wrong so often.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think it's another one of, and this is, she has a very specific example that she's talking about, and she's talking about physical appearance a lot of the time, but it's everything else too. It's category of political beliefs, and then that automatically you put them in a big box. Oh, this person's a conservative, so that means they're this, 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 and this. Or this person's a liberal, they're a snowflake, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this.
Right.
And there's so many times, and I think it's also amplified because of social media, and a lot of times now in COVID, we're not seeing people as much. We just hear them or see what they say online versus actually getting to know the person behind this ideas, or just getting to know the person first, which is what you should be doing. And then you and then you can have a better discussion if you disagree, things like that. It's such a good talk and article.
I'm reading it for sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's so good.
My Cool Sheet is an article about psychology and specifically emotion categorizations. In episode 128, I talked about the Wheel of Emotions, which is a really cool infographic and gives you another way to look at emotions. This article, even with its really boring name called List of Emotions, is way beyond just a list. So I wanted to highlight all the things that it contains. It goes into all the different theories about how emotions can be categorized, and it gave me some different viewpoints on emotions that I had never thought about. There are a few theories of emotions that help us organize different emotions and help us understand how they relate to one another. The most well-known of these theories is the one that's used in the movie Inside Out, where there are 5 basic emotions: enjoyment, sadness, fear, anger, and disgust. And these are seen as separate, discrete things. Meanwhile, others have argued that emotions are not discrete things. They don't have specific locations in the brain, and they almost always co-occur with each other, and there are many blends of emotions. Reasons like these led psychologists to develop the emotion circumplex model. This model suggests that emotions can be mapped in a circle. There are two axes. One axis is from high to low energy, and the other axis is from high to low pleasure. Another study suggested that mapping emotions on how controllable they are and how useful they are is also necessary to navigate the complexities of emotions. This article also includes more detail on the wheel of emotions that I talked about in episode 128, and even more theories. There are thousands of listed emotions, and these will help us navigate them all more effectively, and knowing about them helps us understand ourselves better. Check out this article to learn more about theories and categorizations of emotions.
This is so cool. I would just say, scientists out there, if you're listening, name your things a little bit better so it's a little more catchy. They're like so data driven and so like type A. It's like you gotta work on your marketing just a tad. Right. But I also kind of love them for that.
Yeah. No, seriously, like something, like a catchphrase or something that's descriptive or whatever.
Like the gummy, the sticky gummy friendship, although I butcher it, but that's just because I can never remember anything. But you use something like that to hopefully stick in your brain,
right?
And then get your data in there. But no, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I love this, and it kind of makes sense, that all our emotions are tied
very much
within each
so.
other. That makes a lot of sense.
And if anything, just looking at to read, so this article only lists 127 or something emotions, but I have heard there are 38,000 different emotions.
Gosh.
And that's just too much. Like that's, I don't even know. But this, going down this list, you're like, And I don't know, for me, it just helped me understand, like, okay, if I'm angry, am I really just angry? Or is it frustrated? Or is it, and they have words that I just don't even think to use. And I think it's really helpful.
That is super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of ties in a little bit with the last cool sheet that I had. And this is why our brain categorizes things, because if there's 38,000 emotions that you're trying to process, your brain can't do that in a timely fashion. It just needs to put someone in a box really quickly to identify right away, and then boom, okay, now I can deal with it from there.
Yeah.
And that's how our brain has to function, but that can be dangerous as well in itself. So that's why you need to stop and realize and take a step back and do all that. So
exactly.
Very cool. Thank you so much for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm Brian Hart.
I'm Karen McFarland-Holman.
And let us know in the comments, when is the last time you made a snap decision on someone?
And let us know, did you know how many different emotions there are?
If you're enjoying the show, give us a like and share it with a friend.
Stay tuned next week for another great series of shows.
And don't forget to stay curious.